All right, let's talk about your weather. So 71, that's what we hit today. That's pretty close to average. In fact, a couple of degrees below, which is a nice change of pace from the most of October where we were above average. Of course, we've had now a couple of days below the averages. We also started off very cold, 39 this morning with an average low of 51, so well below the averages there. So again, the good news is we did get a little bit of rain over the weekend. Haven't gotten any since, but again, that keeps us above our averages for the year. It also keeps us out of drought trouble. Remember, we were starting to see all that abnormally dry conditions sneak across central Texas, and in fact, some moderate drought starting to sneak in other areas too. But now take a look here. We have now cut into that because of the weekend's rainfall, and only because of the weekend's rainfall, because we haven't seen any other rain in the past week. So let's talk about that for just a second. We're just about done with October, and I have no rain, spoiler alert, no rain in the forecast for tomorrow. So by the end of October, you know, we're going to be right where we are now. So let's talk about this. Average October rainfall for a given year would be close to 4.5 inches. It's our second wettest month. October for this year, though, we can look at this one of two ways. So we can look at it one way, and that is, yes, we were 2 inches below average. We can look at it another way, and that is, we got all that in a 24-hour span over the weekend. So again, not great because we're well below, but for the year, we're doing okay. In a given year through October 31st, we should have close to 31 inches. This year through October 31st, we will have 33 and almost a half inches. So we're doing good for the year. We absolutely are, and that's why our drought monitor is being kept in check just a little bit. I want to take you back to the first week of November last year. Take a look at our drought monitor then, and you can see most of central Texas was covered in this moderate drought with a few areas of severe drought starting to sneak into our southern communities. So keep in mind, we're in a much better position rainfall-wise than we were last year. It's been an up and down year. We've had some years, some months below. We've had some months above the averages, but overall, a much better year in terms of rainfall than what we saw in 2024. Let's get back to the current times, though. Here we are tonight. We're right at about 49, 50 degrees across most of central Texas. It's a cool night, and it's going to be another chilly morning. I don't have the widespread 30s like we had last night in my forecast, but I've still got the lower 40s, so you're still going to be cold when you wake up tomorrow morning. So just make sure you have the coat before you walk out the door, but dress in layers. Or, you know, if you have your Halloween costume, put that on under a coat before you head out the door tomorrow morning, because we're going to be back into those lower and middle 70s tomorrow afternoon. In fact, tomorrow a little bit closer to the seasonal averages. Very nice for your Halloween trick-or-treat forecast, which I showed you that in first weather. But of course, it's not just about trick-or-treating tomorrow. It's also about high school football. Our game of the week will be right here in Temple. Copperas Cove traveling to take on Temple from Wildcat Field. And just like your trick-or-treat forecast, your football forecast starts in the 60s, ends in the 50s by the time the game is over. Want to fast forward to Saturday real quick. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I want you to understand that we have another weak little front that's going to try and push through Saturday afternoon, and that could kick up a few showers and thunderstorms. Our models are not doing great numbers here with this rainfall, but understand a few showers will be possible, maybe an embedded thunderstorm as well as that front moves through on your Saturday afternoon. For that, we're going to go ahead and throw in a 20% chance for Saturday. 70 degrees there. Again, weak front, not doing much to our temperatures there. And then we're going to start a warming trend through next week. That'll have us back up into the middle and upper 70s, even 80 degrees by the time we get to the end of next week. And remember, to keep up with all this, you can download our 6 Plus app for free on your smart TV and get your forecast anytime.